Hello there, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining us once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. We're going to start off with a little bit of a recap of an event that took place down in Maryland, USA on the weekend, where Jordan White went toe-to-toe against Brandon Valdez, and that was taking place at the Hall inside Live Casino Hotel in Hanover this past Saturday night. Surging super featherweight Jordan White won his 9th consecutive fight with a 10-round split decision over late replacement Brandon Valdez to capture the WBC US NBC title in front of yet another capacity crowd at the Hall. As I say, it's inside the Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover, Maryland. The exciting card was the 7th consecutive top-notch card presented by Jeter Promotions at Live Casino. In round 5, White dropped Valdez with a left hook to the head. The action was nip and tuck throughout the fight, with Valdez trying to make a slugfest out of it. White came home with the victory by taking 2 cards by scores of 97-92 and 96-93. Valdez won a scorecard by a 95-94 tally. White is now 13-1, whereas Valdez falls to 14-4. Elsewhere, we see that the weights for Thursday night's tonight upcoming fight at the Live Casino and Hotel in Philadelphia have been posted. Sonny Conto and Mike Marshall go toe-to-toe. Dion Butt, Bryce Mills, Christopher Burgos takes on Carlos Moreno. D'Angelo Fuentes takes on Justice Bland. Isla Uzu takes on Eventual Dixon. Jordan Murphy takes on Nazir Mickens. And Quadir Jenkins goes toe against Raheem Cook. As I said, it's all courtesy of Johan Promotions. That'll take place, as I said, in Philadelphia. The feature 6th rounder is a heavyweight bout between Sonny Conto, who's 8-0 with 7 knockouts, fighting out of Philadelphia, going up against Mike Marshall, who's actually 6-2-1 with 4 knockouts, fighting out of Danbury. I believe that's Connecticut. Elsewhere, we see that Jose Sniper Pedraza quotes ahead of his March 4th against Jose Ramirez. Here you go. Jose Sniper Pedraza has reached boxing pinnacle twice before. That former junior lightweight and lightweight world champion Pedraza, who's 29-3 with 14 knockouts, hopes to join an elite list of Puerto Rican fighters to win world titles in 3 weight classes. He can take a giant leap toward that goal when he battles former unified world champion Jose Ramirez in a 12-round junior welterweight main event Friday, March 4th at the Save Mart Center in Fresno, California. The winner will be positioned to fight for a world title later this year. The entire Ramirez-Pedraza card will stream live and exclusively on ESPN+. And this is what Pedraza had to say after a recent training session in Puerto Rico. We have the title in our sights, and at this point, only the best are left standing on the road to the World Championship. March 4th against Ramirez will be a very important fight, since the winner will be ready to challenge for a world title. That's why I feel like this is a world title match. March 4th against Ramirez, this is all or nothing. Facing a Mexican warrior like Ramirez and being part of the historic rivalry between Mexico and Puerto Rico is something very important and a great responsibility. At the same time, it's a great thrill to give the fans a legendary match that they will remember forever. I want to put up a great fight. I want to give the fans a war. Elsewhere, the major co-promotion agreement forged between Pro Bellum and Wasserman Boxing now sees the partnership head for the German capital next month. Abbas Baru takes on Brian Schaafs over 12 rounds at the Tempodrom in Berlin on Saturday, March 19th, in the second event staged by the 2 promotional powerhouses. Pro Bellum, a global promotion and media company, struck a multi-year and multi-fight deal with Wasserman in October and staged their open joint venture in December. In Ilselberg that night, Germany's Dennis Radovan stopped Brian Rose of Britain to retain his IBF European middleweight title. Super welterweight Baru was part of the undercard, but next month he takes center stage when he takes on Argentino Chavez over 12 rounds in the headline bout in the first show at the Tempodrome in 18 years. We promoted 3 fantastic events at the Tempodrome in the past, said Wasserman's boxing Kalle Schorland. We're delighted to return with Abbas Baru, who can become one of Germany's next boxing superstars. Following the success of our first event in Ilsenburg, we're thrilled to be working once again with our partners Pro Bellum. Spectators will be allowed at the Tempodrome, and I'm sure that fans will come in large numbers to experience boxing live in its fantastic setting. I'm hoping they will. 8-0 Sam Noakes, who was featured on Talkin Fight a while back, returns against Vincenzo Finello at Wembley, taking place on March 19th at the OVO Arena. Sam Noakes has vowed to shed the self-imposed shackles and return to his explosive, swashbuckling self when he returns to the ring at the OVO Arena at Wembley on March 19th. The lightweight force of nature stepped up the rounds, and he moved into the business of winning titles last time out in December at the Copper Box when he defeated Sean Cooper in 9 rounds with the WBC International Silver title at stake. The stoppage win took him to 8-0, with all of his wins coming via knockout. But this one lasted 4 rounds longer than previous longest stay of 5 rounds in the ring. Going beyond 5 took him into uncharted territory. He said, "Yeah, I've never been past 6 before that," he reflected. "It was all right. I think I was more focused on the rounds than before, because normally you would do a 6, then jump up to an 8, and I went straight into a 10. So it was in my head, but obviously in this next one, I know I have to get them in the bank. It stands me in good stead." Noakes, who's 24 years old, concedes that his focus is more on pacing himself than his customary freestyling that has so much caught the eye since he made his debut in September 2019. And we all look forward to that fight for sure. Vergil Ortiz Jr. going up against Michael McKinson, a USA versus UK battle, taking place at the University of Southern California Galen Center. That's in Los Angeles on March 19th. The undefeated WBO International Welterweight Champion, Vergil Ortiz Jr., 18-0 with 18 knockouts, fighting out of Grand Prairie, Texas. And Chairman and CEO of Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, hosted a special press event today at the Galen Center to promote the upcoming bout between Vergil Ortiz Jr. and the number 3 WBO ranked welterweight Michael "The Problem" McKinson, who's 21-0 with 2 knockouts, and he's fighting out of Portsmouth, Great Britain. The pair are set to collide on Saturday, March 19th, as I said, at the University of Southern California's Galen Center in Los Angeles. The 12-round fight for Ortiz Jr.'s WBO International Welterweight title will stream live worldwide exclusively on DAZN. And here's what Vergil had to say about his upcoming fight. "I feel awesome putting a card in LA. I have lots of fans here in LA that have been asking me on social media to come back, and I'm happy that we can do that. I'm looking forward to putting on a good show at the Galen Center," and we would hope so as well. "I always train to go the distance in every fight. I don't go into the ring looking for the knockout. If the opponent comes to finish the contest with a knockout, I will take it. I would love to fight at the very least 3 times this year. After this fight, get back in the ring as soon as possible. Stay active. That's how I feel, the sharpest. My dad has been training me the whole time alongside Hector Beltran. He's the one that is always on my ASS, making sure that I am doing everything right. Now we have added Manny Robles to the corner. He brings experience and a different point of view. He's taken fighters like Oscar Valdez and Andy Ruiz to world title fights, and hopefully we can do the same." Congratulations to him and Oscar De La Hoya. Looks like Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy is taking all the right moves, holding that press event and letting the people know that they're taking this quite seriously, especially with that announcement yesterday on the executive level. Anyway, moving on here. Sorry, I'm rambling. Khamzat Kunkabayev is going toe-to-toe against Johnny Mueller in Kazakhstan on the 25th of March. MTK Kazakhstan will hold another big event in Almaty next month, headlined by WBA Gold Cruiserweight title fight between Khamzat Kunkabayev and Johnny Mueller. The action-packed card will take place on March 25th with some of the best talent from around Kazakhstan and beyond in action. In the main event, Kunkabayev, who is 4-0 with 3 knockouts, is back following his victory over Stephen Ward in December as he collides with the dangerous Mueller, who's 23-9-2 with 14 knockouts. Elsewhere on the card, undefeated Sultan Zarbak, who's 12-0 with 8 knockouts, is back in action following 2 impressive wins over Ronnie Clark and Ryan Wheeler in 2021. Also on the bill, featuring rising stars, Ray Shaichanov, Talgat Shaikin, and Nunez Tolebe. It's going to be a good event. Looking forward to it. That, my friends, takes us to the end of all the news and headlines that we have today for you. Thanks for joining me. See you again on Knuckle Up. Oh, no, you won't see me. You'll see Mike Orr and Cedric Ben as they continue with their Murderers Row at 4 p.m. Eastern Time today on Talkin' Fight. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.